Well, we got something new to try. You know, in one of our previous videos, we got one of those Fanttik jumpstart batteries, and I wasn't initially 100% impressed with it, but I've used it several times, and it works like it's supposed to. So I'm changing my attitude towards it anyway. It's a handy item. So they also make this air inflator, and I thought, okay, I went for the first one, might as well go for the second one. So this is the Fanttik X8 Apex air inflator, and we'll get it opened up and see what's in there. You have to give it up for the people at Fanttik. Anyway, if packaging means anything, they go out of their way for packaging. It certainly looks impressive, fancy box, and it just they make it look good anyway. So we'll see if we can get this thing open here. Oh, one-handed. There we go. Look at that. And inside, boy, we got more packaging. And let's see, there are accessories below. Okay, we get another little box, and I suspect, let's see, there's a user manual in there. So we got a hose anyway. I'm sure that's important. The part that connects to your whatever you're going to inflate, your tire, whatever, is a screw-on end, and then this screw, apparently this end screws into the unit, and we got this nice bag or sack, book of instructions, and then we've got some little accessories in this bag. Looks like a charging cord and some adapters for foosballs and basketballs and inflatable dolls, whatever you're going to use it for. So that's kind of nice. And then in this bag, so there's the unit itself. Just a big, it's about 2 inches square, and I don't know, 3, 6, 7 inches long, and got some buttons on the front here, power on, plus, minus, got a light, another little deal there, and it's got a screen here that displays information. So there you go, and we screw this hose apparently in here. Careful not to cross thread it. The thing, and you don't want to put that in there. You don't have to put a wrench on it or a pair of pliers. Just snug it up. Let's see if it'll power on. Oh, there we go. It says the battery's full. Now the battery's down to 2 bars. But what you can do with this is preset the pressure you want, whatever it is. Let's say you want 35 pounds of air in your tire. You can preset that supposedly, and it'll just run and pump your tire up to 35 psi. So we've got a couple of low tires. We're going to have to work on it, see how it works, but I think we better charge it fully, completely, before we get too much further along. Okay, so we got our Fanttik X8 Apex inflator, and we charged the battery up, full charge, all 4 bars. You got a battery level indicator here, and tried it out, and we'll tell you what we thought, whether you want to hear it or not. First though, let's have a look at the thing. We have here on the screen, nice large screen, battery level indicator. You can see now we're down to 1 bar. When you hook this unit to, let's say, your car, it will tell you what the pressure is in the tire you hooked it to in this screen here. And then turned itself off. So there you can see what happens when it boots up. You just hold the center of this button down for a couple of seconds and it'll boot up. So here is what you want to do. Here is preset whatever pressure you're looking for. And there's a plus and a minus, so you can go down or up, whatever pressure is called for. And then over here on this side, you push this side of the plus button and it will toggle through different modes. So there you have car and motorcycle, bicycle, and probably basketball, football, volleyball, whatever. And it'll, I guess there's some presets in there, so if it's a car it's 36, motorcycle 35, or a scooter, bicycle 45, and your little balls, rubber balls, volleyballs, whatever, 8 psi. Now you can change those, but those are the presets. And then on this side you have a button that turns a light on up here, and then a flashing light or a strobe. And you can see as soon as I turn that on, my level indicator is flashing because I'm down to 1 bar. Now, the other thing that we have on this end is your input. Looks like USB-C input for charging, and then you have a USB out here, and you can plug your phone or some accessory in there to recharge whatever it is, portable power, let's say. And it's a pretty tidy little unit. It looks nice, I will give it that. So here's the deal. I have a number of cars sitting around and they all need air in the tires. So the first one needed about 20 psi, and we hooked the thing up and turned it on. What you do is set your pressures and everything, get it hooked up, push the power button in the center, and it will come on and pressure that, whatever it is, tire ball, whatever's up to the preset. Now, one thing I did notice, that it seems to go 1 pound beyond your preset. So in the case of the one tire, I think I wanted 40 or 41 psi, and it pumped the tire up till it got to 42 psi and then shut off, and that's okay. So what we did, and to be fair, I had already plugged my phone into this for a period of time and used some of the battery voltage before I started. So when I started to inflate tires, I only had 3 bars. Fair enough. So we did the first tire, and I want to say it maybe took 5 minutes. I didn't really time it. Turned it on, let it run, walked out to check the mail, came back, you know, let's say 5 minutes. Then the other vehicle, I went around and did 4 tires, all 4 tires on the vehicle. And each one of those tires needed 6 or 7 psi. So primarily just because it's cold out, I guess. But we pumped them up to 36 psi all the way around. So that drug the battery down to 1 bar. And just finishing up the 4th tire, we got down to 1 bar and got flashing, so that was the end of that. But it's still pretty good that we were able to inflate 5 different tires. That's quite a bit. And the second vehicle that we did all 4 tires on, each one of those really probably 2 minutes maybe. I mean, it wasn't that big a deal. You know, depending on where the valve is in the tire, you can lay this on the ground If the valve is at the top, the hose isn't long enough to do that on some of these big tires. So what I did actually was put the unit on top of the tire and just made sure it didn't vibrate itself off, and that seemed to work okay. So I mean, all things considered, I think it's pretty spiffy. We're going to have to go back and charge it up again, and I think it's probably a handy item to keep in the car, you know, portable power unit in case you get stuck somewhere and you need to charge your cell phone. And obviously if you have a tire, low tire somewhere, you know, one tire down, it may save you. It may help you blow up one tire. I don't think you know, you're going to blow up a dozen different tires, but nobody does that anyway. And certainly, you know, if you got to inflate some kind of floaty or your favorite girlfriend rubber doll, or you know, a basketball or something like that, it's going to work out real good. They give you a couple of adapters to go in this connection here to inflating balls and stuff. Probably the only complaint that I really have is this, probably the most important thing on the unit, is this part where you screw onto the valve cap. And you know, some of that is because I'm old and my fingers and hands don't work so good, but this is pretty small, and you got to be really careful to get this on the tire valve, get it lined up. It is flared a little bit here at the end to help guide you on, but on the one car in particular has hubcaps, and I was hoping that I could just undo the cap, which I can with the hubcap on, and screw this on without taking the hubcap off, and I couldn't do that. Now maybe this will free itself up over time, but it still required me to take the hubcap off. And this could be a little bigger. It's got some lines in it that help you grip it, but it could be done a little better. And then maybe that's nitpicking, I don't know. On the other vehicle had aluminum wheels with no hubcap, so it was easy to unscrew the valve cap, and you had a lot of room to get in there with your fingers and screw this on. But that's probably the one thing that, if there's anything I didn't like about it, it's this one thing. And excuse me, I don't know if a guy could put something around that, maybe wrap a little bit of grip tape, make that a little fatter, you know, for your own personal preference. I don't know, but I mean, obviously this part is bigger, so if this part was just a little bigger and had a little more knurled surface on it or something, it would be easier to use. But other than that, it's a pretty cool unit. The smiley face people have this on sale right now for less than $100. It's not the best price in the world, but it's not bad. The other thing that I will say is a drawback with this, and it's the same complaint that I had with the jumper battery, is that it does not come with a charger. They give you the cord, they give you all this other stuff, but you're on your own when it comes to a charger, whether it's one that plugs into your cigarette lighter or one that plugs into your wall outlet. I had the cube that I used to charge the jumper battery, so I used that to charge this, and I want to say that this thing was on charge yesterday, yeah, several hours, let's put it that way, 3 or 4 hours maybe, before it came from 2 bars up to 4 bars total. So that would be another one of the drawbacks to this thing, but easily overcome. So you can see when you dig out the directions, of course we always dig them out after we've already figured out how to use it. Here you see package contents, and there's something called the essential version, and the essential version appears to be what we got. You get the unit, you get the USB cable, the air tube, the needle valve adapter, the user manual, a storage bag, and a Schrader Presta Valve adapter. I'll figure out what that goes. So on the next page, you can see they have what's called an Apex kit. And the Apex kit, you get everything that was in the essential package, except you get a charger and a box, apparently, to put the whole shooting match in. So, you know, same deal. You can buy this one. It's on sale. It's a good price. If you want the charger and the box to put it in, well, then you got to pay extra. And it takes, it says here, a certified 5-volt 3-amp USB charger. So you don't get that with the unit. If you don't have one, that's something that you're going to have to go and find someplace and add to this package to be able to recharge the thing. So, you know, it doesn't make, it's kind of a gimmicky thing. I mean, come on, if you don't have one of those chargers and you buy the thing, once the battery goes dead, you can't use it, so it's worthless. So, you know, why not just sell the thing with the charger and move on? Now the Presta Valve adapter, it says here that road bicycles and certain mountain bikes use a Presta Valve, which requires the included Presta Valve adapter to be used. So what you got to do is unscrew the standard end that's on that hose, and then screw on this other adapter that comes in the package. Now here's an interesting feature. You have this light at the end that comes on steady to help you in case you're trying to hook something up in the dark, but then you push it again and you get, wait for it, Morse code, SOS. So that might come in handy. You know, problem is, I'm not sure how many people understand Morse code anymore, but it's a handy little feature. It spits out an SOS code. All in all, I'm happy with it. Everybody ought to have one. We don't get paid to do this. We went out and bought this with our own money, and we'll put it in the car with the jumper battery, and we'll be better prepared.